my recent Luxe Chit Chat where I talk about selling all the handbags because why do we need so many, especially if some of you are nearing retirement. Now, I am nowhere nearing retirement. I'm only halfway through my career. If I can, I want to work as long as I can because I feel like I can still contribute. But anyway, nothing about me. In that video, I asked for those who are watching, and so many of you commented, whether you have retired or you are near retirement, what are you doing with your collection? What really surprised me is a lot of you said that, not all, but a lot of you said that you're keeping your collection. Either you have, collected enough and now you're going to enjoy them, or you are going to pass it along to your children, or you are sort of maybe changing it up a little bit, but you're not selling your entire collection. You're keeping quite a substantial amount. I remember numbers like 17, 20, 30. And I felt quite assured by that because where I am right now, I'm trying to be practical. Okay, so maybe obviously when I am where all of you are who are either near retirement or have retired, the perspective may change. One comment made me think about it as well. This comment, and I'm not going to name names, but if you are watching, and you probably, if you want to figure out who it is, you got to go back to that video. I'll link it somewhere here and down below, and you got to read that comment. But the comment was, I am nearing retirement, and that the bags that you are going to bring into your collection has nothing to do with work. So you are still going to be buying, maybe not at the intensity as you were, but you were saying that your mindset now is the bags that you bring in, it's not about work. You're going to bring in the bags that you're going to enjoy for the rest of your active life, right? You're going to be carrying all these bags. You're going to be enjoying it. It just struck me. I was like, my gosh, all my YouTube videos, or at least the ones where I talk about review, work has been such a big part of one of the criterias, right? When I tell you, hey, this is a functional bag, you can use it for going out, casual, you can use it for work. And this comment was like, it's not even a consideration anymore. Yes, I'm still working, but when I look at bags right now, I'm not thinking about work. I'm thinking about, hey, is it going to suit my tea time? You're gonna suit my traveling, you're gonna suit my sports, my going to the gym. But work is not in your criteria. And I don't know what that feels like. I mean, I am a little jelly because, I'm only 43. And I know some people, you're super lucky you can retire at your 40s or you can retire at your 50s. Nowhere, nowhere near that. And I think it's interesting, that mindset of picking bags. Bags is the hobby, right? That's why you are watching this. There's so many other things to consider. Okay, this is just like a little spot in our frontal lobe that's just like, ooh, let's think about handbags or let's think about jewelry. But it's that one spot that we got to think about, like, oh, what are the bags that we're going to buy, the stuff that this hobby that's going to shift now that you're not working anymore. So bags that are bigger, fit a laptop, fit your notes. They're irrelevant, or at least they're going to be irrelevant. I think for most, at least for me and people that I know, work is a huge part of our lives. If you think about it, Monday to Friday, out of 7 days, you're working, okay? And obviously COVID made a lot of changes. People work from home, where that also made us think about the bags, bags that we use. So I know during COVID, there was a huge purge for some, and obviously for me, it was opposite. But yeah, for a lot that say, hey, I'm gonna work from home from now, I don't need work bags. And now we're back at work, a lot of us are back to the office, and then again, work bags become an important part of our daily essentials. So you need to carry your things. In Singapore, you need a bag that can zip because you're traveling, you're moving around. If you're taking public transport, that is also a consideration, right? But can you imagine? Like, I cannot even imagine, like, you're nearing retirement and now you're like, hey, I'm going to revisit my collection, and you're going to cut out an entire category. Like, it's like not even there. It's wow. It's wow. Like, if I look at my collection now and I pick some of the bags, I would say half of it, I think about work. I think about can I use it to work? Now, do I use it for work? That is another Luxe chit chat. But it is like something that I want to say, hey, that's why it's more functional. So take, for example, like my Andiamo. When I bought it, work was a big factor because of the space. It's, semi-big. It's a medium size, even though it's small, but it's kind of medium-ish, not too big. I don't need to put a laptop, but I can put my iPad, I can put some notes, my pen, my business cards. I never even thought that it would not be for that. Yes, I've used it for going out, but it just felt like the whole design was so work appropriate. And then if now that I have to revisit my collection because nearing retirement, so we're talking, for me at least, it's many years, but for some of you, it's just around the corner, you'll be looking at it with totally different lens. And that is kind of interesting, incredible. I'm like, wow. So for me, I would think, say 10 years from now, so when I'm 53, then I've got another little sprint to the end, right? Or, depends. Some will work until the 70, right? But I think when I'm like 60, that's when I'll look and like, okay, it's really time to make a choice. So at 10 years from now, and I've still got another maybe 7 to 10 years, but at that point, I will look at my collection and say, do I really need this for the remaining part of my career, or can I let it go and just keep bags that I want to keep for other things? Of course, some bags will transition perfectly, say from work to travel, but some bags are just totally not suitable anymore for that life. I'm trying to think. Say like, okay, I did another video, I don't know which one will go up first, where I showed my Coach bag. And this Coach bag is a tote bag style. But honestly, I cannot find a purpose for it other than to put files and documents and, bulky things and maybe my laptop. But if I'm not using it for that anymore, that's going to be out of my collection. And I wouldn't even have brought it into my collection in the first place. I don't know, I was just kind of mind blown by this comment, thinking that there will come a time where the word of not buying this for work. Wow. I had to hold the mic because this fluffy thing was like tickling my neck and I was like, oh, what is that? So I want to hear from you if any of you resonate with this comment whereby you are maybe reaching retirement, or you're reaching a stage where you maybe not retire, maybe just not working in this corporate world anymore, not working regularly anymore, that you're still buying but your lens, when you look at bags, you're actually picking things that absolutely have no work in mind, that is not a criteria. It's not something that you want to consider anymore because it just doesn't apply to you. So what are you picking? Are you picking bags that are collectibles? So limited edition, really fun and crazy things now is what you're looking for. Because, work bags tend to be, not all the time, but they tend to be a little bit more boring, a little bit more typical, a little bit more space and squares and all of that, right? A lot of pockets. But if you don't need that, what are you going for? Are you going for the glam, the tiny bags? Are you going for the wild colors, the crossbody only, things that are just not everyday? All of that. I mean, I'm just curious. Now that you have totally struck that out, you're just picking stuff for what? Like traveling? I am looking forward to just having this lens of saying, you know what, I'm gonna buy that pink, blue, green, fluorescent yellow diamante bag, which is the size of my palm, because I don't need it for work. I just want to use it because when I go to the gym and hang out with my Thai friends, I'm just gonna take that to put my credit card or my ID and my gym pass, and we're going off. Still a long marathon for me. But yeah, I guess, like my parents say, in a blink of an eye, you'll be there. But obviously where I am right now, it just feels so long. There's like so much to do, yet still a long way. But then, like I said, you before you know it, you're no longer a kid, right? When you're a kid, you're like, oh my gosh, I want to be an adult. And the next thing, oh, I want to be back a kid again. Anyway, if you enjoyed today's Luxe chit chat and just some thoughts and comments, I hope you'll give this video a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell as well. Otherwise, everyone, please take care, stay safe, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.